Live here on Big 12 Today with Ari and James. You are live here on Big 12 Today.
Big
Hey,
12,
how you guys doing?
man, we're good. Big 12 Today on Big 12 Radio. He's Ari Timken. I'm James Westling, talking now with Bill Self, the head coach at Kansas. And, Coach, I see what's happening here. My alma mater, Kansas State, is 9-6 and coming off like a 30-point loss. Have a non-conference loss against Bowling Green, and all of a sudden Bill Self's schedule opens up, and he's ready to talk to us here on Big 12 Today.
Yeah, that's what I do. I wake up every morning worrying about what everybody else does. That's exactly how we roll around here.
You know, you've coached a lot of games down Fieldhouse. You've had a lot of wild ones. Where does the TCU win rank in terms of just wild finishes?
Yeah, we've had a lot of them, but certainly it's right up there. The thing that was the wildest about it, in my opinion, is for 35 minutes, they kicked our ass. Quicker to the ball. They shot it unbelievably well. We didn't do anything, in my opinion, very well, and they had total control. But for 5 minutes, people can say, well, TCU didn't do this or didn't do that. You go back and watch the tape. It wasn't like they were turning it over. It wasn't like they missed every opportunity. It was like, what happened to our guys that they flipped the switch? And we did play really well down the stretch in a way that you can't get an offensive rebound and then they throw it out and make a three on a free throw. Just so many things that happened that didn't go our way, but the guys just kind of grinded through it, and it ranks right up there at the top as one of the, as far as wild, that what was it, 9 with like 50 seconds left or something, or
yeah, just over
20,
a minute
20.
before Jamari hit that three.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we also lost the game that year. Last year we're shooting 2 free throws, up 6 with 18 seconds left and lose.
Yep.
So things like that can happen, and we've been on the other side, but we were the fortunate one Monday or Tuesday night.
After the game, you mentioned how this team doesn't really know how to play with Darren Peterson yet, and vice versa, that Darren doesn't exactly know how to play with this team. And obviously that familiarity of playing together and chemistry comes with playing more games and more minutes together. Can that develop over the course of the season with the minutes that he's currently playing on?
Sure. He is. He hopefully his minutes will keep going up. But we defer too much. We also, as in the last 2 games, Melvin, our guard that plays along Darren, had a total of 3 points in the first half, and the last 2 games he's had 36 in the second half.
Yeah.
And coincidentally, it's when Darren had been in, and then when Darren hadn't been in. And I talked to the team, talked to them. It's ridiculous, that we haven't figured this out yet on how to be aggressive and still yet utilize him, or when he's not in the game, how do we make sure that we take on ourselves to go make a play, and you should be able to do both. And we just haven't had that opportunity. The practice has been hit and miss, and a lot of different things. So that's something from a positive standpoint that I look forward to us being much better at.
Coach, so how do you get Melvin Council Jr. to be that guy in the first half when Peterson is on the floor with him?
That's what I was just mentioning. That's what we're working on. Maybe there's different things you can do, but the bottom line is, he'll drive it instead of looking for himself and then making a play after looking for himself, and they take that away. He'll just give it to Darren and then let Darren, watch him go make a play or whatever. We got to have both. And Melvin's never been the top dog, even the other places he's been. So, we're asking him to kind of look at the game a little differently than maybe what he ever has in the past. And then, when you can practice a certain way every day and play a certain way in the game every day, you get comfortable within what that role is. And it's like, in his mind, his role is changing with or without. And we got to get that corrected.
You mentioned earlier that you hope to see Darren's minutes increase. If he doesn't get to a point where he feels good enough to have his minutes increase, is there a point of diminishing returns in that uncertainty? Is there? I guess what I'm asking is there almost a deadline of, hey, if he can't?
No, not at all. Not at all. He played 31 minutes the last game, guys. So no, not at all. So
Is that the target? Would that be a good target, you think, averaging?
No. Guys, it's cramps, and he's got to be able to work through that stuff, and he will eventually as we're able to address more on how to help him do that. But no, I don't have a number in my mind whatsoever. When he's healthy, he can play 40 if we want him to. Of course, he won't, but we're not at that point yet, though. So we'll handle it as we can as we go. But looking at the big picture, I don't think in the early January you say, well, this is how it's going to be. I mean, we still got 16 more games in the league and a postseason to play. So absolutely not.
Yeah, it's a long season. Bill, I know you've got a hard stop, so, man, we appreciate your time. Thanks for hopping on, and we like your team. We like them a lot.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys. Have a good day.
You too. Take care.
Bill Self, Kansas men's basketball. We'll take a timeout.
Let's recap what he said next.
We will do that. That is what we will do. He's Ari. I'm James. This is Big 12 Radio powered by Modelo here exclusively on TuneIn and Big 12 Studios.